this is the art of the deal. So you really have to, first you need to look at the collateral, look at what the deal is, and look at the information that they're giving you, and then discount the heck out of it and give the offer. One of my best techniques is to go and say, okay, bank, this is what it's going to cost me to foreclose. This is what it's going to cost me to hold this property. This is what it's going to cost you for your broker to sell this property. This is what it's going to cost you to do the repairs on this property. This is what it's going to cost you in all of these huge, and I give them a huge laundry list of costs, especially if it's a commercial property on it. And first off, now they've seen that I've invested time in this deal. Now they've seen that I've really given a lot of thought to this deal. And now I rise to the top as a big buyer. So then I take each one of those things, those items, and I make it so it's hugely inflated. You know, I add, 50% to it, or even more. And then I give them the price off from that. And it works out really well. And it's a cover letter that goes along with this. And if you would like, I will resurrect one of those cover letters so you can take a look at it. Would you like that? All right, so commercial brokers. Listen, you may want to buy from banks, but you still want to work with commercial brokers. Oh, I did want to do one other thing. I had Steve G. I'm going to call him Steve G. I can't call him anything else because I can't. You have to understand what I gave you. I gave you a banker's perspective, okay? He came straight out of the box and he said you can only buy property from banks that are in good shape. Baloney. I have never heard that in my life. Every single deal that I have done has been with a bank that's in bad shape. But that just goes to show you that you've now increased even bigger a pool of buying strategies. But you have to understand, he is a banker. He is going to give it to you from a banking perspective. He's also trying to make things easier on himself. You understand? Yes. What if I come into a room and I say, okay, the only ones I want to deal with in here are the ones that have $100 million in their pocket? Now, what is he doing? He's skimming off the top of my room. Okay, he's basically saying, okay, which one of you guys am I going to work with? Only the one who has lots of money. It's, you can't, you're not going to start out with all the tools. You can't. You can't. I didn't, and I continue to. I don't have $100 million in my pocket. I don't have $10 million in my pocket. I don't have a proof of funds letter. I don't have proof of funds because I'm going to go to my investor, and this is what I say every single time someone asks me for proof of funds, and guess what? What did you say to me, Laura? When you're asked for, now Laura, by the way, is a mover and a shaker. She's one of my coaching students. All right, get up.
Talking to the hair.
Get up. Talking to the hair. All right, because this is hold on, Laura. Oh, use the hand mic. Have you guys ever been holding your phone to your ear and saying, "Where's my phone?" I do that. This is Laura Abbott. She's one of my coaching students. She's a phenomenal person. So we were talking last night, and I mentioned this. To tell them what your experience has been when you've been asked for proof of funds.
Exactly what she was saying. I have just said that it depends on the deal. It depends on the price that I'm giving, that I work with a group of investors, and at that particular time, I don't know who they would be, and it's never been a problem. It's just stopped the conversation right there.
Yep. And the reason why is because everyone who is a principal owner of either a note or an REO, whatever, uses investors. They use investors. If someone says to you, I don't like syndicators, what do they think everyone has done for the history of time? Trump doesn't even use his own money. No one uses their own money. They borrow the money, okay? And they use investors. That is the way it works. Now, if I go to one of my big wig investors and I say, I'm thinking about this deal, but the broker won't even show it to me. Can I have a proof of funds letter for your account, your personal accounts, so that I can prove to him that he should show me a deal? Do you know what I just did to that investor? No, that's not the way they do business, and these brokers even know it. The broker, do you realize that the broker's just going to take your proof of funds letter, and he's going he's going to say, I have this great deal, and I can't show you anything about it until you give me a proof of funds letter. And then say I give him a proof of funds letter, he's going to go to that seller and say, hey, guess what? I have a ready, willing, and able buyer. Can I now see your property and list it? That is part of what they're doing. I understand being asked proof of funds letter, and I understand that you will be asked proof of funds letter, and maybe some people will demand it. But the answer that I give every single time is I have multiple investors. I have lots of investors. Until I know what the deal looks like and until I have a strike price and we've agreed on a strike price and I know I'm going to buy it and I have it even under LOI, that's when I can show you funds because I've got plenty of them. And if you want to, I can close. You can close too. You have the ability. You have so many investors. You find that deal, you get it under just even agreement, under an email agreement. Just the price. You have people who will buy it. Come to me. I will buy it. Seriously. If you find an amazing deal, I'm in. You already have a buyer. You have someone with 1,500 units who's ready, willing, and able to buy, who has a whole bunch of other people with a lot of property too, who's ready, willing, and able to buy. Some of them are sitting in this room. All right, so commercial brokers. You can work with commercial brokers. So you're looking for pocket listings. You want to connect with them now. All right, you want to start that connection. Don't just email. I don't contact them every 10 days. Don't contact them every 10 days. You'll be a pain in the butt. But take them to lunch. Oh, I live really too far away to take them to lunch. That's okay. Call them up, talk to them, and then do an Alan. Send them a gift basket. Alan's like king of gift baskets. It's awesome. Do you know how happy it is? It's just such a happy day when you get a gift basket. But he's king of it. So you've just made a broker happy, and brokers love stuff like that. All right, so creating a winning team, and this is, I think, 72, the start of 72. Your strengths and weaknesses, you're looking for an attorney, you're looking for brokers. Once you find the brokers in your, once you've determined an area, start talking to those brokers. Wait a second, I thought we're only going to talk to banks. No, because you want to know what the market's like. And guess what? The people who live in their own market don't know the market. The people who know the market are the brokers. And I know a lot of markets because I always see deals, lots and lots of them, from around the country.